name's Amber Dumont. Today I'm going to tell you guys about Alzheimer's disease. Can you imagine watching someone you have known and loved your entire life forget who you are and all the wonderful memories you have shared together? What makes it worse is that they have no control over it. They cannot, and the medical profession cannot, help the brain come back once it has been taken over by a disease called Alzheimer's. While Alzheimer's is still somewhat of a mystery to the medical profession, I'm going to present some facts, signs, and some ways to help slow down the progression of Alzheimer's according to the National Institute of Aging, the Mayo Clinic, and the Alzheimer's Association. Today I will tell you, like many diseases, Alzheimer's has many different stages and different forms that it takes. First, we need to understand a little bit more about Alzheimer's and what it is. Alzheimer's is an irreversible brain disease that takes away a person's ability to remember things. It also takes away a person's thinking skills and the ability for someone to carry out the simplest task. Alzheimer's was named after Dr. Alois Alzheimer's. In 1906, he noticed some changes in the brain tissue of a woman that had died at the time of an unusual brain disease. The symptoms the woman portrayed were memory loss, language problems, and unpredictable behavior. After examining her brain, he found many abnormal clumps, now they are called amyloid plaques, and tangled bundles of fibers called neurofibril tangles. There are three main features of Alzheimer's that are apparent in the brain. The amyloid plaque and the tangles are two. The third is the loss of connections between the nerve cells in the brain. Now that we know a little bit of the features of Alzheimer's, let's look at how they affect the brain. The medical profession still cannot say when the process begins. Alzheimer's is a slow progression disease, that at first people are free from symptoms, but toxic changes are taking place in the brain. The medical profession has narrowed it down to 5 stages associated to Alzheimer's: preclinical, mild cognitive impairment, mild dementia, moderate dementia, and severe dementia. In the preclinical stage, you will not notice any physical changes. But new imaging technology can now pick up and identify the deposits of a substance called amyloid beta. This plaque has been associated with and is known as the start of Alzheimer's. In the preclinical stage, it can last for years, possibly decades, before it moves into the mild cognitive impairment stage, known as MCI. At this stage, people have mild changes in their memory loss, memory lapses of things that should not be hard to remember, like conversations earlier in the day. They also start having trouble judging the amount of time needed to complete a task. Not everyone with MCI has Alzheimer's. This stage can also be associated with depression and some temporary medical conditions. Alzheimer's disease is usually diagnosed in the mild dementia stage. In this stage, it becomes clear to the family and to the doctors that a person is struggling. In this stage, people forget recent events, have difficulty with problem solving, changes in personality, and difficulty organizing and expressing thoughts, and they have a tendency of getting lost. They forget where they are or where they have been. They start misplacing belongings, and their personality changes and can become angry or violent. The moderate dementia stage is like the mild, as in the person becomes more confused and forgetful. At this stage, they usually begin to need help in daily activities and self-care. In the severe dementia stage, due to Alzheimer's, mental function declines, and the disease has a growing impact on movement and physical capabilities. People generally lose the ability to communicate coherently. Even though words and phrases come out, most cannot carry on meaningful conversation. They are also required daily assistance with personal care. In some cases, a person will become unable to walk, sit, or hold their head up without support. Eventually, a person loses all ability to swallow and control bladder functions. At this point, most of Alzheimer's caregivers have no choice but to reach out for outside help and put their loved ones in a home where they can receive 24-hour care. While there is no cure for Alzheimer's disease, there are some ways to help slow down the process. The health of your brain, like the health of your body, depends on many factors. Research shows that leading a brain-healthy lifestyle might help in prevention or slow down the process of deterioration. A brain-healthy lifestyle consists of regular exercise and a healthy diet. When you hear people say exercise, you think run out, join a gym, join a class, go run marathons. No. They say little things like taking the stairs, parking at the far end of the parking lot, pacing while talking on your cell phone, or taking a stroll around the block can help. Anything that gets you moving. Along with exercise, a healthy diet can be very helpful. While there are many diets out there, the best one to follow for prevention of Alzheimer's is very basic. Stay away from trans and saturated fats. Eat plenty of omega-3 fats. Use olive oil, eat across the rainbow, and enjoy daily cups of green tea. It is also proven that eating a diet rich in fish, nuts, whole grain, and an abundance of fresh produce helps. Occasionally enjoy a glass of red wine or a square of dark chocolate. Foods that are high in preservatives are ones to stay away from. The fresher the food you eat, the better it is for your body and your brain. While eating healthy and exercising regularly, it is important to get plenty of mental stimulation and good quality of sleep. They say that continue to learn new things and challenge your brains you're less likely to develop Alzheimer's and dementia. Practicing memorization. Enjoy strategy games like Sudoku or crossword puzzles, and having fun with riddles all keep your brain active. Some other things to do are take new routes when driving. Purposely get lost so you can find your way back. Don't use Google Maps. Don't use your phone. Find your way back. Eat or write with your non-dominant hand, or even arrange your file system differently. Anything that varies your habits creates new ways of thinking or new brain pathways. But while it is important to keep the brain active, it is very important to let your brain rest as well. Set a regular sleep schedule. If you suffer from insomnia, don't take naps. It makes sleeping at night worse. Also, ban the TV, computer, phones from the bed. Save it for sleeping. Get in a relaxing bedtime routine. Take a hot bath, dim the lights, write in a journal. There are two other factors to consider when living a brain-healthy lifestyle: stress management and an active social life. Severe stress can take its toll on the brain that can hamper nerve cell growth by causing shrinkage in a key memory area of the brain. This is known as the hippocampus area. There are simple things that you can do to help with this. One thing medical personnel say to do is breathe. Stress alters your breathing rate, therefore impacting oxygen levels to your brain. If you breathe deeply from your abdominal area, it restores your breathing rate. Managing stress levels help. Make time to relax. Take time for yourself. This is very important. If you do not have any downtime, your brain is working overtime. Another way to help live a brain-healthy lifestyle is an active social life. By nature, we humans are social creatures. We cannot thrive in isolation, and neither can our brains. Studies have shown that the more connected we are with society, the better we score on memory and cognition tests. As people get older, that is when they tend to isolate themselves. They think it is harder to socialize because they are older now and out of the party scene, or their friends have gone off and gotten married, or they have kids of their own that take up more of their time. There are tons of ways to get out and get connected with the world. You can volunteer, join a club, take a group class at the gym or college, or take the kids and get out to the park, museums, amusement parks, or even the movies. There are lots of ways to be social. You just got to get out there and do it. Although there is not a cure for Alzheimer's yet, there are a lot of things one can do to help prevent or slow down the progression of it. Alzheimer's is a disease that makes people forget everything about their life, their family, friends, even themselves. It is hard to sit back and watch this happen to a loved one. While scientists in the medical profession are working on getting a cure or at least something to help with the symptoms, they have done enough research to give us a little bit of training on how to slow down the progression. Watching for the signs is important. The earlier you catch it, sometimes the longer you can slow down the progression of it. Living a brain-healthy lifestyle has been proven to help with the disease. It does not matter how old you are, the younger the better it is to start. But then again, it's never too late to start either.